Hi everyone. Good morning. It's still morning. Good morning. How are you guys doing today?
We are good. Good morning.
Yes. Thank you. Good morning. So welcome to the second live coding session, and as I stated, we'll be continuing from where we stopped the last time. But I might probably talk about the Power BI first. So after that, just see a little bit of the features of Power BI, and then we'll just come back to using Python and then finalize on that. Um, so I just want to reiterate that you guys can ask questions. Immediately you see that I'm doing something that sounds unfamiliar or seems unfamiliar, you can ask question immediately. And even after the live coding session ends, if you are on if you are going through the video again on YouTube, for example, you can just come back and refer to a particular point in time on the track. So let's say you are going through the live coding session, you're trying to do something, and what I did seems unfamiliar. You can just call my attention, just start the coordinator, and immediately I'm available, I'll make a response and try to shed more light on what that part of the code is doing. Okay, so without wasting much of our time, I believe you guys can see my screen. Can you guys see my screen? All right, thank you. So if you can see my screen, then this was where we stopped the last time, where we made a lot of stuff. So I think we stopped at um question 3. So we stopped at question 3. So what we're looking into was question 4 and 5, and probably after answering those, we'll answer a bit more of a few questions. But before we do that, so let us don't learn this. So I'm going to share a new tab. So I believe you guys are seeing this new tab. This is the Power BI tab. So on in the course we have some infographics, course content on how you can get a Power BI, probably download it, or you can even, it's free. I'm using the free option. So once you just create a Microsoft feature account, I think you have the power to use all of the free options. So that can be used for testing, for at least for learning some of the features. So what I'll be doing is the data set we are working with on Python, I'll be importing into Power BI, and you guys will see how what Power BI does is that it is able to automate some of these code that we are doing. So instead of we having to manually find the mark stuff, then try to like write Python code to try and show these visualizations. The guys, Microsoft and the guys that came up with Power BI, once you give them a tabular data, they have been able to summarize, they've been able to come up with tactics to bring out visualizations that are essential to that data. In a sense, what we are trying to say is that probably I've seen that okay, across different businesses, across different research and stuff, there are some visualizations that are standard, you get that status quo. So most of these standard visualizations can be automatically generated for you in Power BI. So going into, so this is when you come to Power BI on page, this is what you see, nothing. So I'll just click on this, generate a new report. So you have two options to generate a new report. You can pick a published data set. There's more information on a published data set where you use a data set that Microsoft has access to, or probably for people that are using cloud. So let's say you have a data set that have been published to a bucket on the cloud or an Azure blob storage or something like that. You can use this option to pick that data from there. But you also, if we were to be using the desktop app, I just opted not to download the desktop app because this is just for visualization purposes. If you're using the desktop app, you see an option where you can pick a data set that is on your local, that's on your computer. So if it were to be the Power BI desktop that we're using, you'd have seen this option there. But seeing as I just wanted to use this for visualization purposes, so I'll use this part of manually entering in the data. So this part where I manually enter in the data. So what I've done is the data set that we're working with, I have opened it previously, so I'll just open that data set again. You guys probably cannot see that, but you have an idea of what I'm talking about. So I'll come here, and from this header I'll paste, so you can see that this is data set. So you can see this is the brand column, this is the model, the acceleration, the top speed, range, and all of those stuff that we were working with last week. So this is just me basically copying in the data word for word and pasting it. This is like an Excel sheet, so I'm just pasting in the data. You can see that the data stops at 103 and stuff like that. So you have two options when you have manually pasted in your data. So you can create a blank report. When you can create a blank report or a data set. So when you create a data set only, this data set will just contain all of these figures, and you can, this data set only, it does contain all of these values that you have pasted in, and you can use it later. You can also, and that data set can be shared to other people. Then you can create a blank report. A blank report